Bing, boing, bing. Everybody has a story to tell with Toddy One Skip. Good morning, guys. How are you? It's November 3rd, 2025. This is Everybody Has a Story to Tell with Toddy One Skip. This is about the Whittakers and what's going on with them now. There is a new player involved, and he is Gary McGowan. Now, I looked up Gary, and Gary's a content creator, a digital creator, just like Brian Cody claimed to be, just like Patrick claimed to be, just like Eric claimed to be, just like I am, just like these content creators are. And now we're wondering, well, wait a minute. He's saying he's not going to film the Whittakers anymore, but is he saying that because I have a funny feeling with this guy that perhaps he's not going to film them on the internet per se, but maybe after there's some sort of end to this, however it is, there will be a documentary by maybe this guy, and maybe what he's doing is putting money out there first. I don't know this to be true or not, but as soon as I saw, a digital creator, I said, and he doesn't want to film the Whittakers, that makes no sense to me. Why would he want to just help the Whittakers? What is his goal? And if he just wanted to help the Whittakers on the down low, why do we know who he is? So there's a few things that I'm skeptical about. I haven't really checked into the guy yet. I don't want to dig up people's past, as you guys know, but we care about the Whittakers. And here is what I think the main goal should be. I think the main goal is let's let them get Thanksgiving together. Let's let them have Thanksgiving as a family together, wherever that is. If that's in the facility and Betty's able to go and Larry's able to go, and I hear it. Why Larry, Toddy? Why? Because he's family. Because he's family. Okay. And we only have allegations about what Larry's doing, and yes, even from Patrick, who is hurt. I know he is hurt by what happened here because I know that he genuinely cared about the Whittakers. You don't have to believe me. We could disagree on that. You could say, Toddy, you're a fool. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Giving somebody the benefit of the doubt and going with an instinct that I have, yeah, I could be wrong. I absolutely could be wrong, but I don't think so. But if I'm wrong, I'll come on here and I'll tell you guys, listen, I was wrong about this. That doesn't mean I'm wrong about everything, right? Haven't you ever believed in somebody and they let you down? Okay, I'm not going to go there with Patrick because he hasn't let me down yet. The fact that he has kept his mouth shut and is trying to deal with shit, I don't have a problem with that. Because as I said earlier, and I don't care, when you start getting hate, it affects you. And Patrick lives alone with 2 dogs, basically just like I do. Except, like I had been living here before, so like I know a lot of people. I'm sure he knows a lot of people too, but there's nobody to reassure him at night that he's a good guy. Okay, and I know some of you are like, Toddy, who the fuck cares? I care. I care. Not because it's Patrick per se, but because he's a human being that I think is trying to do right. Now, Gary McGowan, as far as I know, he could have just offered them a better deal than Patrick. And the Whittakers, again, they're not very loyal people. Let's just be honest. Unless I guess it's their family, they're not very loyal people to other people. And you know what? That's okay. That's how they survive. I'm not passing judgment on them. I know that Timmy genuinely loves Patrick. And I don't think Patrick caused this shit. And you guys know that. Now, Gary McGowan, hey, listen, he got them a van. He got them. This is what we've heard. Okay. This is what we've heard. He got them a van. It's 12 years old, but it's theirs. He got 2 months of insurance, a full tank of gas, right? Everything registered, no strings, because Patrick had strings. We don't even know how Patrick got the Land Rover. Somebody said it was donated. Somebody said it was paid for. We don't know. Okay, so we can only assume. But this is what this guy's saying. And a 30,000 BTU diesel heater with a full tank of diesel, right? That's what we heard that the Whittakers have in their home. Yeah, really friggin' important if it's there, because they need the car. Should everybody be able to get home? And the Land Rover could have accommodated that too. Let's remember that. Okay. It wasn't a sports car, it was a Land Rover. Give credit where credit's due. Whoever got it, whoever paid for it, whatever. Okay. But I can't believe that this guy's doing things out of the goodness of his heart and then letting us know who he is. Those two things just don't work together. All right, let's read some of this stuff. I do want to tell you there is stuff going on behind the scenes. I can't share what it is, and things are so fluid that, listen, what happened on Friday is unfortunately going to be different than what happens on Monday. That's how fluid things are. But I would like to see, and not, we don't even have to see it, but I would like the family to be together on Thanksgiving and a movement towards the family reuniting. That's what I want to see. Whether you guys, I know most of you want to see that, but there's some of you that don't want to see that. There's some of you that have been calling Betty a fraud. Does it make anybody feel better to call her a fraud? Would you bet all your money that she's a fraud? Would you bet on that? No, you wouldn't, because you honestly don't know if she understands or she doesn't understand things like this, because the average person doesn't understand certain things about taxable law and how much they're supposed to make when they were told 100 years ago what they were supposed to make. Everything changes over the course of time. If you get money from the state, you can only make so much money. Now, maybe they told her that way back when, and Mark paid the taxes before on the money. So she might not know how to do that. Who's to say, but to accuse somebody of that, that's a terrible thing. Like, don't accuse her until you know she did it. So that's the issue with not just this community, but everybody's got something to say. In the real world, online people tend to have a little bit of more of a puff because they're hiding behind a computer, but stupid people still sound stupid, in my opinion. And until we know everything, I really don't want to blame Betty for something, because she seemed to do everything. And at her age, and we don't know her health, how can she be held accountable for everything? So, and there's things that this family isn't going to say because they are loyal. The family's loyal to the family. So, us on the outside can only assume things, right? That's it. That's all we have. But let's read some of this stuff and let's just see what's going on. All right. So, I just want to bring up, this is something that Gary has said. One thing about me, if I heard something bad about you, I won't treat you any different until I see it for myself. People cross you, play victim, lie on you, and try to get everybody to go against you. I'm grown. I can see for myself. All right. So, I mean, there's some hate that's been coming his way, apparently, because that's why you would put that up there. A bunch of people that are skeptical about about the intent. Okay, guys, let's be real. I'm skeptical about the attempt too. I am skeptical about it, but let me just tell you this. Let me just tell you this. If we don't do anything, if nobody does anything, nothing's going to be done. So there are people that are actually doing more than me, even out here on the computer, and people certainly doing more than the people that are listening, right? So if we want better for the Whittakers, we have to allow better to happen. We can't be so critical right away. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I'm skeptical, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't care if the Whittakers do a book or something, or not just a book, if they do a documentary on this whole damn thing. As long as they're together and they get a clean house to live in and everybody's healthy, I'm good with that. I don't care how somebody else benefits from that. That's my personal feeling. And that's what I had said about Eric and about Patrick. I don't care how much money they make, as long as the Whittakers get what they're supposed to get. That's all. So, guys, also, I just want to say that there's rumors going on that Eric Carroll has made good on what he owes the Whittakers. I found out that that is not true. That's what I heard. It is not true. So, listen, if Eric Carroll made good, he would show something. And by the way, that channel is still monetized. That Whittaker YouTube channel, it's still monetized. So Eric's getting money. If you could watch those videos anywhere else, please do watch them anywhere else, because you know what? That's just bad. Bad. Anyway, guys, let's listen more about this. Still monetizing. How can he still be monetizing? All right, so I just want to show you something here. So there's a few things here. So this is welcome to the world, Gary. This is his Facebook. Now, I'm not doxing anybody or doing anything. He put it out there. And you can see by his little picture who he is. And it says that he is a digital creator. You can see that. Look, digital creator. Now, this is something that was written. See, it says digital creator. All right, let's see what this says. This is about Gabrielle. And Gabrielle is BJ's daughter-in-law, apparently. So she, I think, is married to Brandon, and Brandon is BJ's son. So let's see what we got going on here. Gabrielle Hall says, if they was to get a new house trailer, it would end up looking the same way this one does, because y'all's not looking at what they really need. They need home health because they use the bathroom themselves and leave it on the floor. And what Ray throws stuff in the floor and spills food and drinks in the floor. Betty needs help because she's not getting it. She can't bathe him and her and old herself. Y'all's missing the big picture. They do go to the doctor. They do have power, TV, and running water. They have all these things. They have washer, dryers, and clothes. They get SSI checks, for goodness sake. BJ takes all their money and she needs locked the fuck up. Betty raised Brandon. I wasn't. Timmy and the baby picture, it was Brandon because he was abandoned by his mother. So Brandon asking the person who raised him for money is such a sin. They have money, they just need home health. Okay. Beats on, and she says that BJ beats on these people. I've seen a lot of stuff that goes on there, and BJ hits and beats on these people. She cusses them out until they give her money. She destroys what they have and takes their cars. She needs to be locked up. BJ beats on Lorraine and Betty and Ray, and they are scared of her. Okay, so this is what this woman says. Doesn't mean it's true. These are allegations. And I don't know if this person is just pissed at her mother-in-law or if any, I don't know. We don't know, but it's out there. This is out there. So I just wanted to address this. You guys have sent this stuff to me. Okay, this is from Jason. And this was on September. And supposedly it's from Eric Carroll. Bro, I really want you, Betty, Larry, and Kenny. They have a meeting ASAP that fucked my head up all this morning, knowing that all that's going on. I know you got that video, but I want us to sit down together and get this squashed. I'm already missing my family and having a hard time. I've spent so much money and so much. He spent no money of his own. We know Eric Carroll spent no money of his own. Much effort into this, and I've been going to sleep about 4 or 5 o'clock every morning, and then on top of that, to feel like the people I'm doing it for our misunderstanding or not appreciating what we're doing. It's just got me in a horrible place in my mind. I think the only thing that will make me feel better is for all of us to sit down. I've noticed when they're around me, they're nice to me and they talk about you, and it seems like vice versa. So he knew this family. Come on. I know this is in September, but this is what he's pissed off about. This is Eric's ego. They can't be doing that, man, because that's what's going to cause this division. In the meantime, this division was already occurring, according to Eric. Remember, because he knew, and this is in September. I don't know if it says September 1st or September 3rd, to be honest with you, but this is only a week before the shit went down. So you see what Eric's saying, shit that isn't even true here. Basically, he's saying one thing and then he turns around and says something else. It's bothering me big time. Oh, wait a minute. Because that's what's going to cause this division. I'm not going to lie to you. It's bothering me big time, especially now that I've got people coming in from out of state that are specifically to be of assistance to me. If you go back on that video, I think it's the one when I got Ray, or either the one where I got Betty. She's on video saying this is just some crazy ass shit. The behavior. All right. So here's somebody saying, okay, so we have video evidence of BJ, Larry, and Betty. What happened to the $153,000 that Mark transferred to Betty's account between those 3 years? Betty tells Mark that she has not benefited. That was the Tyler Oliveira thing. So they did get stuff for their house, and they did get a couple vehicles, and there was some medical stuff that happened. I don't know how much they actually spent on the house and how much BJ supposedly got. I don't know. But let's say, wait a minute. Let's talk about this for a second. Let's talk about this for a second. Okay. Let's say uh that BJ had ABUSED'd Betty and Lorraine and all of them. Okay. Why did they take the 3 away and not Betty? I mean, if Betty was being ABUSED'd, why not? Why not do that? Because what? She could talk and say that didn't happen. I mean, we don't honestly know why they were taken away because we've heard a bunch of shit, right? I think that they were taken because a lot of people made phone calls. Thank you, Eric Carroll. Okay. A lot of people made phone calls, including Eric Carroll, probably talking about his dad talk podcast, because that has substantial numbers, not the channel so much, but supposedly the podcast. And I think that he probably said something to them about that. That's my feeling. I don't have any proof of this. Okay. But Eric's manipulative. We see that. He's able to get up on screen and just lie to us like we're a bunch of idiots. We see the behavior because we saw what he did. So here's a guy who went ahead and said that these people, horrible people, and dot, 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 and got that going in a bunch of people's ears, and people called and were concerned about the Whittakers. And I think the state reacted and took them on a temporary basis, and then took a look at them and said, wait a minute, they could be cared for better. And the state made a determination about that without, in my opinion, feeling. Everything was done with the head. Nothing was done with the heart, in my opinion. So therefore, the Whittakers are suffering in the heart. They might be cleaner. Doesn't mean they're happier. They might have better health care now because maybe they're on medication that they need. Okay. People can die from a broken heart. People could get to the point that they don't want to live at all. So what does it matter if they don't feel in their mind or in their heart that they have a quality of life? And that's what we are deciding for them. I wouldn't want anybody deciding that for me. Nobody should say that the Whittakers are better off except for the Whittakers. How would you like to have somebody come in your home and decide what's better off for you? I don't care. That to me, that's simple. Now, if BJ was ABUSINGing them, yeah, she totally needs to be taken out of there and arrested for sure. Why are we penalizing the others? Does that make any sense? She gets to run free whatever she wants, and the others are held captive? Come on, guys. That doesn't make any sense to me. None. I'm not saying BJ doesn't have a drug problem. She does. Clearly, she does. She's admitted that. I don't know about Larry. Supposedly, didn't Eric Carroll say Larry doesn't do any drugs? Of course, Eric Carroll has told a bunch of untruths. I don't know what's going on with Larry. Larry, I don't know. So maybe Betty and Kenneth can go see the family. Who, I don't know. I'd like to see them for Thanksgiving, be together. Again, I don't really want to see it, but the thought of it would be nice. And Betty just being able to visit, if nothing more, and being taken there. So I don't know what the long run is for this guy. He might be done. Maybe Gary McGowan is done. Maybe he's done. I'm skeptical. I'm allowed to be skeptical, but I wish you luck, Gary. I hope you're doing the right thing. I really do hope you're doing the right thing. Let's see some stuff. All right, so here we did that. Let's see what we got here. We got this is the thing that they said that they don't want Brian anymore. This person says, I think I read this one before. Let's read it again. Let's see. It says, Brian, they don't want anything to do with you. Larry called me Sunday wanting to know if I could get them some groceries. So I did and took to them. Larry Whittaker told me yesterday that they don't want to have anything to do with you, and he has told you that also. So quit lying and trying to make money off of them. People do not give this man no money. They don't want anything to do with him because they know he is a snake. I talk to them on a regular basis. I live 10 minutes from them. So here's Brian Cody saying, they say this about everybody apparently. Like, agreed, I was lied to, just like everyone else. Sorry for thinking you was spam. So then somebody else comes in. I heard the same thing, Larry, about his grandson. So, this is why. And I know a lot of us are going to be really upset with Larry now. But we don't know. Wow. Messed up. Okay, so this is something that came out that I want to address. So let's read it. Eric Carroll. I don't think this is that long ago, to be honest with you. Cheryl Callison. I don't know. Let me also throw in there, even if we do not get enough in there to give us nowhere near what we would need to fight for this cause. It takes millions and millions and millions of views to make meaningful money on YouTube. That is not true. The issue mainly goes under the radar. Dad talk is actually a drain for me. I've got opportunities to do content on so many other things and they go bananas. But then I come over here and a lot of time we get crickets. The reason this means so much to me is without everybody's help, I can't do dad talk. Without everybody, I can't do it, he says. And it's where my heart is. It's just the truth. I put myself in some major hardships. He's always asking for money, is he though? Trying to fight for these dads. People have no clue. Don't they pay $25? I heard they paid $25. I'm not sure if they do or not, but to tell their story. And that's not fair to my family or myself. He's always doing that. He's always talking about sacrifice. Here, my friend, is pattern. Okay. So here he's saying, I just can't do it anymore. And he says, we are making zero monetization from the channel at the moment. YouTube has our monetization turned off. Literally, the only funding we get is what you guys supply with at the moment. Why would YouTube have it turned off? They claimed they were used content because we use some clips of the news to tell a story with. Honestly, they will cut off for any reason they want to. If it was not for that, it would be something else. That's not true. Like, there's things in YouTube that you can't just do that copyright things. You got to add to stuff. But I mean, if you copyright stuff and you use somebody's copyright and they copyright strike you, yeah. Yeah. But it's not as easy as that. I heard it's like that over in TikTok, but I don't think it's so easy here, to be honest with you guys. I don't know when that was written. Okay. Now, guys, here we have BJ in makeup, it seems like. She's in makeup. And this is Brian Cody's. You see the BK right there? Brian Cody. Anyway, so BJ, and this is a while ago, but this is the flip-flop of back and forth. This is the back and forth of the Whittaker family, it appears.
I invited, I don't think it's right because they're exploiting my family. We invited you down here. We asked you to come here. You're not exploiting my family. You was invited. I also want to throw a thank you out to Creep Appalachia for being Team Whittaker, and we very appreciate that.
That's awesome, because we like Creepalachia.
Yeah, and I read the post of my dad yesterday about where you had posted about them exploiting my family and stuff, and my daddy really liked that post too.
I think she had a little crush on Brian.
Because we don't have...
And, you know, I got to say, she doesn't look bad there, right? She's not thin but supposedly she's still using, I don't know.
Internet down here where we're at. If you come here and you're asked to leave, and if you don't leave, state police will be called.
I don't know that she's on anything. I mean, she seems pretty sober in that photo. She looks healthy.
That's what they inform.
Larry doesn't look so good. I hate to say that. Larry just doesn't look so good. Guys, this is what I have to share. I mean, some of the stuff is old, but I wanted to show you a pattern about the family and how 1 minute they're cool with people and how the next minute they're not cool with people and how they could be easily, I think, manipulated. They could be easily swayed. I think that they were told. There's a reason why they didn't take that car from Patrick, you know, and I don't know what it was. It doesn't matter what it was. The fact is that I'm still on Team Whittaker. And when I say Team Whittaker, I'm talking about the 3 that are in state custody. And I'm hopeful that somebody here could at least, you know, help with visitation rights and hopefully a Thanksgiving dinner and maybe a Christmas together. And maybe, would it be horrible for Betty to be there? I mean, if they had a balcony where they could sit outside and be themselves, I don't know what the place looks like. I don't know how restrained they are. None of us know that. None of us know how they're living their lives. And that's the most important thing. And to stay focused here on the Whittakers and what we want for the Whittakers, right? There's a bunch of players, we got that. But we got to stay focused on the Whittakers. As I know things more and as I'm able to share things more, I will share those things with you, but I can only share what I can share. That's it. Guys, this is Everybody Has a Story to Tell with Toddy One Skip. That's the Whittakers. Don't let it be yours, guys. Take care of yourselves again. Happy November. I appreciate all of you. And by the way, I got super I'm sorry, I got a Cash App. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know if you want me to say your name, but thank you so much. I appreciate it. I appreciate the super chats, the PayPals, everything you guys do for me, the subscriptions, the memberships, the likes, the shares, everything. The time you make for me is something I really appreciate, and I hope I don't let you down with that. Guys, as always, I'll see you on the next one, and thank you. Bing, boing, bing. Everybody has a story to tell with Toddy One Skip.